All right, we're going to start now with round 4. Round 4. The question is now, which superpower would you like to have in real life? Which one superpower would you like to have in real life? We're going to start now with you, Michael.
Okay.
And start the clock now.
All right. So I chose telekinesis really simply because I think you don't even have to like do anything. I think it's just a really nice, beneficial asset to your life. Like me and Sean were joking about this one day, but you could just like be chilling in the your house and be like, yo, I want a soda. Oh, there's one in the fridge. Bam, bring it to me. It's like just really beneficial. You could lift yourself up and fly. You can move things. You could do all sorts of things and never have to actually use any. It doesn't have any like physical like doing manual labor jobs. Easy pinch. No actual physical stress on your part. So yeah.
Okay. All right.
Now, I was going to pick telekinesis. He took it. So I picked power of the elements.
You mean I picked it first?
Yes. And the reason why I picked power of the elements, I feel like it's really useful because there's a lot of different ways you could twist it and use it to your advantage. For example, you don't have to buy a house. You make a house out of ground. And you just do that. Or, if there are weeds in your lawn, you just get rid of the weeds. You put them in your neighbor's lawn. Do it. And, there are a lot, if you can never really be put, in danger because humans are like 70 or 90 or something % water and you control them, or, for example, Avatar, when, he goes into that Avatar state, everything just messes up. Like, you can't open a door, it'll close back, wind's too strong. Gale force winds if there's a tornado. For example, we live in New York City.
I think you should probably
I'm going to...
I messed up,
Yeah, I chose light manipulation because not only is it really similar to telekinesis, where I could actually make my own hard light constructs to actually do work for me, but I could also I could change the amount of light of a room, and also like kind of a infamous thing if I can. I could kind of I could shut off all the lights in a room. I could make it incredibly hot with the amount of lights I have. With the amount of light power I have, I guess I should say. It's a lot more power, especially in today's world. All right, we're starting now.
Okay.
And,
Yeah.
So wait. I just want to go because I didn't talk a lot.
Sure.
Because I was kind of in a suck. Now, well, firstly, you said you can make a house out of ground.
That's earthbending.
Just make a rock house.
Yeah, I know, but no one wants to live like this.
I want to make a rock house.
No one wants to live like it's Minecraft.
You insulted the whole Middle East.
And also, and also in today's world, out of the 4 elements, only
Minecraft users. Oh god.
It's a Minecraft power. And in today's world, only a couple of those powers could actually be so useful. Over more
fire, dude. Literally, what man first discovered? Fire.
Fire could. Yeah, I'm not saying fire can't be used. Fire could be used. Water could be used to a certain extent, and
to all of the
extents. And air could be used, but you can't really use.
Do you know how low my water bill would be? I would just take the clouds.
All right, yeah, sure, you can do that. But well, consider the fact that you can't use earth in a lot of places in today's urban societies. And you said that
the ground you walk on.
Central Park.
All right, and then you said that telekinesis wouldn't require any work, but it's actually
it's a mental.
It has a mental strain, yeah. And like you said, like you wouldn't have to get up for anything. You could now with mine, I could actually like one of the lanterns powers specific to the orange lanterns. They could actually make a construct with their own consciousness. So I could actually do that.
But you can't make soda.
Oh god!
You can't make soda.
That's funny.
You can get the soda with telekinesis, but you can't make a light construct of soda.
No, I'm saying you can get the light construct to actually make the soda without that mental strain, no matter how little. And
that's a lot.
It's a lot more technical though.
Wait.
Hold on. The reason why I feel like
you got it.
Cool. But power over the elements, right? It's a lot more practical. Like for example, let's say you live in Cali. I think it's Cali, or is it Florida? That one place with the fault line.
Wait, what are you referring to? The fault line?
Yeah, the fault line.
Cali.
Let's say it just blows up. Everything's shaking. Everyone's freaking out. My house is gone. Your house isn't gone. Your ground was stable. Why is your house still there? I don't know. God blessed me. Cool. Just does that.
Right.
Or, if there's a tornado, you just make the air in your place really calm.
So I see the real world applications of
that's why I would want it.
I'm curious about, what's
telekinesis? With telekinesis, first of all, I just want to say, I mean, is there like an unlimited light reservoir supply? Is there no You could just do stuff.
Your light belt.
What do you mean?
Like, all right, for example, is there like no, it doesn't take no kind of toll on you? These light manipulations.
I wouldn't say much. Like Dr. Light, it doesn't. I mean, at a certain extent, it does take a toll, but.
All right then. So you're acting like telekinesis is like.
I never get to finish my sentences.
It's not like some X-Men thing where like, oh my god, I'm gonna pass. I'm gonna be doing like I'm just lifting boxes and putting them in. It's just a valuable asset to life. It just makes things a lot easier. And I think, like, imagine if an old woman had telekinesis. You know how awesome that it wouldn't need life alert. It just throws somebody like,
oh, you're woman had telekinesis. She can make a mansion out of light.
Yeah, but it would be really hard to look at.
I mean, there is such a thing as dimming light.
True, but it's still light. It's still like, and then she has to make sure that it's always doing that. Like, what if she like goes to bed, but she's really tired because she had work until like 2, and then she goes into her bed. But wait, there is no bed because she messed up.
Dr. Light, just for my own knowledge, Dr. Light is able to. I mean, he makes the light, or he has the source of the light himself, or does he use equipment or?
Originally, he used equipment, but then later it was
I know he gets
overexposure to the equipment gave him the powers himself.
Ah, okay. Cool. But like because just from my understanding with certain, because I feel like coupled with light manipulation, there are like the additive. You could use external sources.
Yes.
Okay.
Certain characters have managed to do that.
Because I'm like, the reason I asked too is because, mind you, like I
right, this is for you. You're the judge. You need this.
Dr. Light and Green Lanterns, both being able to, light manipulation, light power, but the source of it doesn't have to be from them. Like, for example,
with the
a better example,
lanterns use lanterns.
Is the clock still going?
It's still going, but it's
okay. As far as it goes, a better example would be the Ray. Mm-hmm. In the New 52, he is just light. Mm-hmm. And he can do much like Aaron said. He part of the problem is that he does emit. He emits some heat. He can't really wear clothes anymore. Right. But he he bends light around him to make him look normal.
Okay.
And like he's wearing clothes. The downside is, of course, that he's always actually running around naked.
Got
but nobody needs to know that.
That's fair. So all right.
Back to like what I was saying before on my last point. If you're not an able-bodied person, that's really valuable. Like imagine all the old people. That's like. Imagine like every old person that you've ever had to help upstairs or across the street. They don't need you.
You have a point. But I feel like where power over the elements trumps that is because I can make a wheelie chair out of rocks, and it could be just how I want it, because, manipulation.
But I could just move myself. I
just want to finish this one thing. Like, just about, like what you were saying about, like, if you wanted a soda, you just take the soda from the fridge. You could do that with air. Like, make a little tornado around it and just bring it.
Absolutely.
So of course, it's more work, but you can still do that.
Yeah.
So a lot of the things carry over.
Right.
Oh, yeah. Just going off what you said, you could do it with air. It would be a little bit more sloppy with air, but you could do it. And, I mean, it would be a slight bit easier with telekinesis, but it would be even more easier if I could have an actual person made of light to grab it for me. Also, on the subject of light, hard light has been a long time, I guess I could say, subject for scientists, and we're getting very, very close to actually the usage of hard light, and that's just interesting to me. And also, damn, I forgot. Oh yeah, with light, I could also have the heating and the actual light itself. Like a star, for example. A star could get so hot that it could burn off all your skin. It could actually turn you to ashes, and it could actually blind a person for
but why would I want to do those things?
If someone pissing me off, I could just
but then you're a murderer.
Yeah, I just want to be able to live my life with telekinesis. That's all I want.
The reason,
and plus, not to mention the fact that with telekinesis, I mean, I could.
What's the downside?
I could pick up a soda,
except for my headache.
Yeah,
from time to time.
Yeah, all right. I could pick up a soda, but with light, I could do everything with telekinesis. I could do more, and I could put on a fancy light show when my friends come over.
But again, like the thing about power of the elements, because it's about why we would want it. With light manipulation, again, like there's a there's a spectrum of light, and some of that light is deadly. A lot of it is deadly, and some of them are visible, and it gets deadly again. So you have to know not to kill yourself, or like put yourself in like that little tube thing that kills you if you leave in it. If you're in too long,
keep in mind, not everybody knows how to use light manipulation.
Yeah,
but it's only a Google trip away, actually.
Yeah, but like,
so
okay,
Google entry for psychokinesis.
Okay, but like
the best thing that you could do with power over the elements, you could become an actual eco-terrorist.
Right.
Because from so far, what I've heard is the best thing, the most powerful things that you could do.
I could bring back the forest in the Sahara Desert.
But
you could bring
back a force, doesn't
okay, but like, no, I just want to say, with light manipulation, how do you know that you're controlling the gamma rays? You don't know until you get cancer.
I love how we end on that.
That was quite a point. All right,
so we got.
Hang on, before you go into it. Okay, so I just kind of want to make a couple points before we get into the facts thing, because for the record. I will be looking at it from the perspective of you do know how to use the powers that you have.
Okay.
So that is the hope, because especially a lot of the argument that you were making about the things you want to do.
Yeah.
I should hope that you're a skilled bender at that point, because I'm taking it back into consideration, as well as light manipulation, as well as telekinesis, so as not to accidentally crush or whatever.
Right.
So take those into consideration. The power that you're gonna have, I'm assuming that you know how to use it.
Okay.
So let's hope that. All right, any cleanup?
All right. So first thing is kind of a nitpicky thing. The who would want to live in a house made of rocks? And you're like, people in the Middle East. There are legitimate cities.
That.
You kind of did.
But the houses.
You kind of did.
I didn't say houses.
All I'm saying
is
that
want to,
there are modern
the
amenities
made of mud and clay or rocks. That's what I was saying. I'm not saying they want to live there. I'm saying that they do. And that you're saying nobody ever wants to live in a rock house.
Okay, that's
weird.
what I was making sure that you were not insulting a large group.
Oh, we gotta rush.
No, that was it.
That
was it.
This is more of a question thing, and it would really be your call. I don't know whether or not necessarily having light manipulation goes along with having the heat manipulation. A lot of some of the argument was skewed that way, but also he mentioned light constructs.
Well,
Green Lantern constructs inherently don't give off light.
Dr. Light, though, however, can make light.
Dr. Light,
he
can make them, and he
but it's
okay.
So the
in the vein of Dr. Light,
All right.
And it was the one thing it didn't really end up being much of a factor, but it needs to be said. The orange lantern constructs and them having a consciousness, that is something inherently unique to the orange lanterns. Light manipulation itself, I wouldn't necessarily give the conscious construct making.
Yeah.
Like green ones can't do that, blue ones can't do that.
Wait. What do you mean like?
He has to.
When you mention how like Larfleeze makes Glomulus and then how they can act independently without him.
The reason
that's
unique to
I have to rush to my verdict, because we are burning some time, so I am gonna just play my cards out and choose what I have. But thank you for that.
I can nerd you guys later.
So with that, pretty much breaking it down, I think it ended up between you two. Funny enough, because while the power of the elements are good, a lot of the examples that you were using in terms of what you would do with it seemed like you would kind of like be on a list. You know what I'm saying? And because like immediately, like I don't need to pay my water bill. I take it from the clouds. I'm like, I don't know which list, but maybe many off the bat. So I mean, obviously it is a really great power to have and things of that nature. But just to be able to build a rock house in like your neighborhood, for example, I feel like you know what I'm saying, like that. Taking that into consideration. So it was between the two, because you really went well with the practical application. Telekinesis, boom, sitting in my house, boom, just take something out of my fridge, no problem. Light constructs, though, that's why I wanted to specify in terms of where the generation of it is from, because both, I imagine, are extenuating for the person. It's like you have to use some sort of energy, but at the same time, to be able to maintain, that's where I was stuck. Because, like you said, you made the argument about it would just be remedial tasks, whereas with yours, it would be, I was thinking, okay, well, we didn't get into where the generation of it would be, so it could be from an external source, and you're just
that's why I was
constructing
confused.
it, or the other thing, so I was trying to specify, clarify with those things, so it really just came into real-world application for me in terms of what I was...
looking for?
Yeah, looking for to figure out. So in terms of my notes, while funny enough, as a result of this argument, I found one to be cooler than the other, I still ended up siding with Michael's point about telekinesis.
No
in
tie.
terms of the real world application. No tie, unfortunately. I was looking forward to
I helped you win.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's the thing too. I was gonna mention the fact that like you got into very dangerous territory as to helping him almost win this round.
Yeah.
But I think it almost worked to your advantage where maybe you were egging on the hubris of the argument because you were like, yeah, you could totally build this thing and you could like do a twister. Get him. I'm like, you're getting a little heavy with it. This is for real world application. So I feel like those are the things that's kind of where I was looking to go with it. But ultimately, that is the point goes there, and that comes down to 1 point each, and then 2 points for Joshua. So interestingly enough, Joshua wins this round. He wins this game actually. This is the third.
Next time, sir. Yes. Next time.
Yeah, so you guys will be facing off in one of these things. I think so.
I always win the last round.
Yeah, I think it's the vein of the questions too, because mind you, these will continue to take you guys out of your wheelhouse. While ironically we do it in a comic book shop, the questions could vary into things not having to do with the comic book specifically or comic book knowledge. It can even go into something cinematically. Television-wise,
which is no stranger to us.
Even Disney.
I don't watch.
So even those are the things that we can definitely go into.
I'm not gonna lie. If it goes into Disney territory, I'm going to right.
Well, there you go. I mean, hey, he just set it off right now. So that said, I want to thank you guys for participating. No doubt. I think you guys did a really great job fighting. I really liked your points and good job with the questions. Thank you guys for watching. Please like this video, subscribe, wait for the next one. We're going to be doing this more often. It's going to be a rotating panel once again. And if you watched it this far, wow, that's awesome. Yeah. So, all right. So that said, take care. Thank you once again to Hank for allowing us to film yet again at Bulletproof on Nostrand. This place is awesome. All right, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you next time. All right, you want to leave out with me, guys?
Yeah.
Everybody's always like, all right.
Everybody.
Have a nice way. Let's get out of here. All right?